Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulallah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah. So today we will learn about the Kalimah word from the book Tasheel Nahw. Al-Kalimatu, the word. So any word uttered by humans is called a lafz. Lafzun. If it has a meaning, it is called mawdu', meaningful, and if it does not have any meaning, it is called muhmal, muhmalun, meaningless. Any word you utter, we will say it is a lafz. Yeah? An uttered word is known to be a lafzun, lafz, and it has a meaning also. So if I say the boy, the is a lafz, boy is a lafz, it has a meaning. Yeah, and I've uttered it. But if I write on the paper Zaid or Bat, and I show you, what will you say? Is this a lafz? No, because I have not uttered it. Yeah, but when I utter the word, you will say this is a lafz. Yeah, and it's a kalimah as well, meaningful word which has a meaning. Okay, it has a meaning. It is called kalimah, and if you utter it, it is known to be lafzun, and it is also called mawdu'. And if the word has no meaning, it is called muhmal, meaningless word. For example, in Urdu we say roti shoti. Roti is a word, yeah, it means bread. Shoti, what's shoti? Shoti isn't a word, it doesn't have a meaning. So shoti is a muhmal, meaningless word. Okay. In Arabic, lafzun mawdu', meaningful word, is of two types. So the word which has a meaning is divided into two types. The first type is mufradun, second type is murakkabun. Mufrad, singular word, and murakkab, compound. Mufrad, it is a single word such as kitabun, book. Such a word is also called kalimah. Such a word is also called kalimah. Yeah? Word which has a meaning, but if you utter it, then it is known to be lafzun. But if you write it on a piece of paper, then you will refer to the word as kalimah if it has a meaning. If it has a meaning. So if it is a single word, such as kitabun, book, it is called a kalima. Yeah? Mufrad word. And compound, murakkab, it is a group of two or more words which may form a complete or an incomplete sentence, such as talibun zakiyun or at-talibu zakiyun, intelligent student, or the student is intelligent. So here talibun is a word, zakiyun is also a word. Yeah? So these are two words. This is a phrase, talibun zakiyun and at-talibu zakiyun. This is a complete sentence. So a compound may form a complete or an incomplete sentence. Talibun zakiyun, this is a phrase, it's an incomplete sentence, and at-talibu zakiyun is a complete sentence. Yeah, so talibun is a kalima, a word. Zakiyun is also a word. Yeah, a sentence is a jumla is made up of words. Types of kalima. There are three types of kalima Ismun noun, fi'lun verb, and harfun particle. Ismun noun. Its classical definition: it is a kalimah whose meaning can be understood without the need to combine it with another word, and it does not have a tense. Modern definition: it is the name of a person, place, or thing. For example, rajulun, a man, al-baytu, the house. So ism is a word which has a meaningful word, and it doesn't need to be joined with a fi'l, a verb, or a harf, a particle, for the listener to understand the meaning. For example, I say Zaid, or I say car. Automatically you know what I'm talking about. The image of Zaid will appear in your mind, the image of a car will appear in your mind. So I don't need to add a verb with the ism or a harf for you to understand what I am saying. So ism doesn't need to be joined with a fi'l, verb, or a harf. Its meaning is understood by the listener after hearing the word, and it doesn't have a tense attached to it. For example, I say Zaid, or the shop. There's no tense, past tense, present tense, future tense. Tense is attached with the fi'l, verb, not the ism. So rajulun, a man, name of a man, the house. These are examples of asma. Asma is the plural of ism. Asma. Ismun is noun. Since this textbook is designed for classical Arabic, therefore throughout the rest of the book, ismun will be used in the sense of its classical definition. An ism can never have a tanween and an alif lam at the same time. So a very, very important rule to take note of: every word that begins with alif lam is an ism. This is a sign that this word is an ismun, an ism, a noun. And if it begins with alif lam, it will never end with tanween. It will never end with tanween. For example, al-kitabu. I can't say al-kitabun. Why? Because this word is beginning with an alif lam. Alif lam has been added to kitab. So tanween will not come in the end if the word begins with alif lam. What's the fi'l, verb? Verb is a doing word, an action, denotes an action. Classical definition: it is a kalimah whose meaning can be understood without the need to combine it with another word, and it has one of the three tenses: past, present, or future. Modern definition: it denotes an action. For example, I say daraba, he hit. Nasara, he helped. So daraba, it's a word. Daraba, kalima. It has a meaning. He hit. The one who hears this verb, he will understand that this person hit another person. Okay. And the verb also, it has a tense attached with it. And it doesn't need to be joined with an ism, a noun, or a harf for the listener to understand the meaning. I say daraba, the listener understands, that somebody was hit, he hit. Nasara, he helped. Daraba is past tense, he hit. If I say yaduribu, this can mean present tense and future tense. Present tense, he hits. Future tense, he will hit. So an action one done in the past, past tense. In Arabic, this is known as fi'l madi. Insha'Allah ta'ala, when we cover the topic of af'al, verbs, in more detail, then you will learn about the different types of af'al, verbs used in the Arabic language. Since this textbook is designed for classical Arabic, therefore, throughout the rest of the book, fi'lun, verb, will be used in the sense of its classical definition. A fi'l can never have a tanween or an alif lam. So remember, the fi'l verb will not begin with alif lam, and neither will it end with a tanween. Tanween is 2 fathas, 2 kasras, and 2 dhammas. So if you are reading an Arabic text and you come across a word that begins with alif lam, you will know that this word is an ism, a noun, because this is a sign that this word is a noun, an ism. Alif lam will appear before the ism, noun, not before the verb. Same tanween, if the word ends with a tanween, you will know that this word is an ism, a noun. Why? Because a verb, a fi'l, will never end with tanween, okay, and it will never begin with alif lam. Harf. Harf particle. It is a kalimah whose meaning cannot be understood without joining an ism or a fi'l or both to it. Min, for example, min, from, ala, on top. So the harf, its meaning cannot be understood unless it is joined with an ism or a fi'l, a verb or a noun, or both to it. For example, min. If I say min, from, you will ask me, from where? What do you want to say? No, the meaning is not clear. But when I say kharaja min al-masjidi, I exited from the mosque. If I add kharaja, the fi'l before min, now you will understand that I exited from. Then I will add another noun after a harf and a noun. Kharaja min al-masjidi, I exited from the mosque. Yeah. So I added the noun al-masjid, the mosque, after the harf min. Now the meaning is clear. Now you understand that I exited from the masjid. Okay. So the harf, if before it a fi'l is added and after it an ism is added, noun, then the meaning will be clear. The listener will understand the meaning of the sentence. So harfun is a particle. It is a kalimah whose meaning cannot be understood without joining an ism or a fi'l or both to it. For example, min, from, ala, on top. If I say ala, on top, you will ask me, on top of where? On top of the roof, on top of the house, on top of the shop. Yeah, so when I add a fi'l before ala and an ism after ala, the meaning will become clear. Exercises: state with reason whether the following words are ismun, fi'lun, or harf. Noun, verb, or a harf particle. Jalasa, he sat. This is a verb, past tense. He sat. Yeah. Wa, and, this is a harf. Yeah. And if I say and, will you understand what I am saying? No. And what? Yeah. So I need to add an ism or a verb before or after. A verb before and an ism after. Then the meaning will become clear. Yeah. Bintun, girl. This is an ism, name. A name of someone. Ism can be a name of a person, name of a place, name of a town, city. Kasara, he broke. Kasara, he broke. This is a verb, past tense. Yeah, it has a meaning. Verb has a meaning, and it denotes a tense, either past tense, present tense, or future tense. In this case, kasara is past tense. Find the meaning and the plural of the following asma using a dictionary. Qalamun, aqlam. Yeah, qalamun means pen. Faslun, lesson. Fusul, kitabun means book. The plural is kutubun. Kutubun, books. For faslun, the plural I mentioned was fusulun. Yeah? Lessons. Sabburatun. So sabburatun, the plural is sabburat. Sabburatun means blackboard. Sabburat, blackboards. Okay. So plural is denotes three or more in the Arabic language. We'll stop there. Allah Ta'ala grant us all the ability to study the Quran, to study the language of the Quran, and to act upon the teachings of Al-Quranul Kareem. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. Bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin.